Hello again, everyone. Todd Struch, the horror nerd, coming to you from Scares That Care Charity Weekend 6 down in Williamsburg, Virginia. We are on day 3, and I have the privilege of standing here with the lovely and talented star of I Spit on Your Grave, Miss Sarah Butler. Sarah, how are you?
I'm doing great. How's your weekend?
It was fantastic, but like I said, it's the third day. Yesterday was the late night, so here we are.
For some. I was in bed at 9:30 because I'm old.
We need to stop with the I'm old. All right, let's just stop that.
I'm proud of it.
Good, me too. I don't mind being 29.
Oh, I know. I'll let you know when I get there.
Fantastic. Sarah, is this your first Scares That Care experience?
It is. It's been awesome.
Yeah.
I really love the family vibe. I mean, conventions are great fun, but this one is extra special and has that kind of really warm, fuzzy feeling because we're doing it for a good cause.
I agree. So, I Spit on Your Grave, obviously, is a tough subject matter. It's a brutal film. As an actress, how do you get yourself into that headspace to kind of act out those sort of scenes?
Well, it's always a process to get into character. Each character is its own challenge, and you have a different approach for everyone, I suppose. But for this one in particular, I needed sort of a lot of isolation. I couldn't be exposed to too many jolly crew members, and walking over to craft services and picking out if I wanted Starbursts or Skittles, because that would just kind of break that whole illusion for me. So the director, Stephen R. Monroe, he talked to me about what he thought I would need in order to keep myself in that space, and we came up together with the idea of creating these isolation rooms for me to be in. So it was kind of like a dressing room, but if my dressing room was too far away, he would actually set up a tent, and he'd have a tent there, with just a chair in it. If it was cold, there'd be a heater, but that's about it. So there, I could just be in there, and I didn't have to talk to anyone. No one was allowed to come in there unless they asked for his approval first. So no hair, makeup, wardrobe. Nobody was allowed to even break that kind of barrier without his approval. And I think that really assisted me in keeping myself in that very serious space. He didn't want me to be friends with the co-stars either.
Oh, wow.
He was like, I don't want you hanging out with those guys and going to the jacuzzi at the hotel and drinking beers together or anything. And I was like, but that's so fun. I didn't obey that rule. I definitely made friends with the guys, but I think just keeping separate on set really helps.
Oh, that's very interesting to know that. So the movie, did you draw a lot of inspiration from the original version with Camille Keaton, or did you take it completely in your own direction from the get-go?
I definitely took inspiration from the original. I think it was really important, especially in this case. With all remakes, I think it's really important that you pay homage to the film that preceded yours and, give it the respect as the project that even made yours possible. So in this case, I watched I Spit on Your Grave, 1978 version, before I actually had my callback. And there were a few things that I found really impactful about Camille's performance. And I tried to, even if they were small and maybe would only be noticed by, the most intense film buffs, there were certain nods to her that I wanted to put in there. And then beyond that, I think, it's just a very basic story. All you have to really do is just put yourself in the position of someone who, had no reason to think that something bad would happen to them, and then it did. And, what would you do if you had to go through all those things?
Very good. So we're in the context of the fact that we live in the Me Too movement, and it's something that's in the forefront now. I'm drifting, I guess. So it's helpful to have two film directors with me to do this, to tell me stuff like that. Do you view the movie as purely a revenge film, as a female empowerment film? Give me a little bit of your insights on that.
To be honest, I never had my own opinion on, what type of genre this was, or what was the potential impact of it. And I've just learned by speaking with fans and different people who have viewed the film how they see it, and so I kind of see it through their eyes in that way. And I have had people come up to me and tell me, like, this is a real empowerment film for me, and not just female empowerment, because it's not just females who are assaulted, it's not just females who go through rape. I actually spoke to an individual this morning at this very convention who shared a very difficult story with me about the abuse that he had endured from a family member, and it's making me emotional right now, because I never thought that making this movie would touch and empower so many people. I didn't see that coming, and I was like, I'm making a movie. It's fun. It's entertainment, and the fact that I can meet people and they can share their stories with me and tell me how my film has helped them is a gift that I never thought I would receive. So yeah, I guess it is. It's an empowerment film. It definitely is a revenge film. I think revenge has become a really impactful subgenre over the years.
Oh, sure.
And so it does fill that. For those who haven't been through that experience, it obviously has a ton of entertainment value as well.
I agree, and people, I always wonder if anyone who creates art, whether it's a painter, a musician, an actor such as yourself, a director, if you realize the power that your medium has for people. So it's great to hear that people are expressing that, or the meaning it had in their lives.
I mean, you can't ask for anything more as an artist than to have people share with you that they were impacted by what you did. So it's pretty cool.
That is very cool. So, Sarah, you do a lot of genre films. Do you just have a love for that, or is it like, well, hey, I got an audition and I went for it, and here we go?
I absolutely have a love for it. Again, I didn't really predict that, but this film has created my career, and it has created an incredibly loyal fan base who I adore, and so basically now I serve them. And if I'm at a convention like this and I have people coming up to me saying, when are you going to make I Spit on Your Grave 3? When are you going to make I Spit on Your Grave 4? Then I say, as soon as they ask me. If they ask me to do it, I will do it. And so then, I kind of have value within the genre. So it just kind of self-perpetuates from there. But I have to say, what's great about genre films is that the stakes are always really high. There's never just sort of a wishy-washy plot line. It's very intense all the time. And, as an actor, that's one of the most fun things you can do, is to go to these really extreme places that you don't usually get to go to in real life.
Oh, it happened.
I feel like I just went to those extreme places right now. That was terrifying.
We're here to have fun.
Another fun thing about doing these conventions is meeting a lot of other people in the industry, and Pruitt has definitely become my buddy this weekend, so hopefully we get to hang out when we're back in LA.
He became your buddy? Now that's terrifying in and of itself.
I know, he really tricked me. I'm starting to second guess those feelings that I had.
That's funny. Sarah, so what are you working on now? Tell the fans what you're working on and how they can follow along and stay in touch with you.
Well, I have a film in the can that I did in December. I believe it probably will be distributed on the Lifetime network, similarly to a lot of the projects that I've done in the last 2 or 3 years. And so, they hire me to do thrillers for Lifetime, and it's kind of fun, but at the same time, I'm like, guys, this isn't really scary. You know that, right? Have you seen my other films? But I'm very grateful to have continued work in that, and there's a huge audience on Lifetime, so if you're not already a viewer of the Lifetime network, be sure to give it a chance, and you might see my face on there. And then besides that, I am working on getting a film made that I wrote, and it's for myself to star in, and it's made for my fans. So it's a revenge plotline, but slightly elevated from the I Spit on Your Grave franchise. I'm not avenging myself. I'm avenging an innocent and vulnerable individual, and so it's pretty fun. And it's set in Bali, so it's like really really exotic. But yeah, just meeting with people currently, and a lot of interest, and it's a process, but hopefully I'll be able to share with you guys sometime soon that film is coming out.
Fantastic. Sarah, but thank you so much for giving me a few minutes. I truly appreciate it. I wish you much success in anything that you do, and thanks for being here with us at Scares That Care this weekend.
It's been a true pleasure. Nice talking to you.
Likewise. Sarah Butler, everybody, here at Scares That Care Charity Weekend 6 in Williamsburg, Virginia, and we will see all of you in the next interview.